Okay, y'all. So I made a video and an update of what's going on. I know you guys saw a couple of videos that I made. I'm looking through my phone now. I made a video about my mail. I seem to be discombobulated in that message. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead because I made the video that you're listening to as soon as I came from the store. Like, I didn't even take a time out to even catch my breath or think how I'm going to talk about a message. I just sat down and started giving a message. So this is the me, which was me in the other video, but I took a minute to sit down and relax my nerves and to come to tell you guys the message. So um first of all, I want to say, get your little coffees and teas, honey. Get your coffee and tea. Okay. So I'm gonna say this. Um so day before yesterday, which was Wednesday, Tuesday. Okay. I called the office and I asked for someone to come to my unit. My toilet was stopped up. Okay. The time there was only one property manager in the office, and she sent someone immediately to come check out my unit. Okay. They came. They were getting stuff together. They were fixing stuff. They were in and out. Blase, blase. Everything was going fine. I get a knock on the door. I'm thinking it's my friend because at the time I was on the phone, and I was on the phone with my son as well. And I'm calling my friend, and I'm not calling him, but I'm on the phone with him, and he's beeping the line while I'm on the phone with my son. So my friend is on the line, and my son is on the line, but I click over to talk to my friend. Told my son to hold on. So I get the knock on the door. I go to the door. My friend is on the line. So I'm like, hello, hello. So at this time, both of them end up merging online. I'm like, oh gosh. And the lady's at the door. She's like, oh, it's such and such here. I was like, who? I was like, the maintenance guy? She was like, yeah. I said, well, hold on. And I closed the door a little bit, and I stepped away from the door, and I'm trying to like grab a signal, like, hello, hello, talking to, my friend on the phone and my kid. And I'm like, nobody's not even answering the phone. I'm like, okay. So I done looked back, and she's made her way into my bedroom because my bathroom's in my bedroom. And I'm standing in the bedroom by the door. And I'm like, okay, she's in the bedroom, she's standing there. And I'm looking at her, and she started yelling. She started yelling, fussing at me. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, oh, let me cut this camera on because you wanted them. Okay, okay, I'll see what time it is. So I cut the camera on, start recording her. And that whole persona, that whole tone of voice changed. And by the time I cut the camera on, you can see the camera's like damn near in her face because I'm looking down at my phone to cut the camera on to record her. And I look up, she's like walking in front of me out of my room. And I mind you, I said I was standing by the door, in front of the door of my bedroom. She's in my bedroom. So she goes to the door to leave out. And before she can leave out, I stopped her and I said, don't you ever feel that comfortable to disrespect me in my own home. Don't you ever do that and raise your tone at me in my home. Don't you ever do that. She just looked at me. She walked away. And I walked behind her, and I was going to the office. But before I could get to the door, she had done slammed my door. And totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. Um, so mind you guys, like I said, I walked out the door. We walked out my door, and I walk outside, and I'm going to the office. But before I can just get down to the sidewalk, she stops and she stares at me as to say, oh, I dare you touch me type of thing, just give you the look, just, trolling type shit. And so I put the camera on her, and I walked right past her. So if she was to bump me or hit me, it'll be on camera. So I asked her some way, somehow she ended up being ahead of me. And I said, is Miss Kim here? Because one thing about me, I'm not just to run and try to be ahead of nobody and, I'm not supposed to do all that kitty type shit. I'm too grown. I done been through a lot, and some things I am very surpassed. And so I asked her, I said, "Is Miss Kim here?" She said, "No." I said, "Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky she's not here." She's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And so I called the cops. I called the cops. I let them know what's going on. They talked to her. They talked to me. Whatever. So I'm talking to the police about what's happening, and he's like, "Well, I was wrong for coming out of my home." And I'm like, "I'm wrong for coming to my home? Like, how do you figure I'm wrong?" It's like when she said what she said, you just should have stayed in home. And I'm sitting here like, we're all grown adults, but I see what you're saying, because you seem this to say I'm de-escalating the situation, because once she left, I should have let it go or whatever and called them from there. But I told him, I said, I walked out and I got her on film. When I walked out, I was walking towards her, but she stood there and she turned around and she looked at me like I was going to try to do something, or she was going to try to, do something to me. And I said, the camera was right in her face. That's how the camera got in her face, because I put it in her face while I'm walking past her, because she stopped. She made a complete stop and looked at me. And I asked her, I said, "Miss Kim is in the office." In some way, somehow, she's walking ahead. She ended up walking ahead of me for some reason. And so I'm walking it, and I asked her, and she said no. I said, "Well, you're lucky," and she was like, "Oh, what is that supposed to mean?" And I said, "That's when I called the authorities." And I'm like, okay. So that moved on from there. I was very, very kind of pissed off that day. That kind of ruined my whole day, because I was disrespected in my own home. You're already having maintenance men coming in my home, violate my privacy and my space, and here you come out of the office. Now listen to me. You come out the office, come into my home, asking to make them something. Now you could call them. They have cell phones. You could have called that man's phone and said what you had to say. You took it upon yourself to come invade my privacy and disturb my peace by raising your tone at me like I'm some child. So furthermore, to say, today, what made me make this video today, I'm listening to Tiffany and Intuitive Reader. I walked to the store. And that was just so interesting for me to come out my house, get out my house. And I get out the house and I go to the store. And I'm listening to the reader, and she's talking about, oh, the bank supposed to call you. The bank's going to call you, give you some information. Your family's holding this type of money in the bank account. And I'm like, she's right. She's not lying. Because damn sure enough, I say like maybe a week later that she made that posting, I got a phone call from the bank. Bank of America called me. And I believe this was on a Saturday or Sunday. And I'm like, the bank is not open. But I know sometimes those banks are open on certain days that, depends on where city you're in. If you're in one of those big cities, they're going to have those 1-800 numbers where there's someone available for you to handle business or whatever, especially if you got an online account. So, before I went to the store, I got up this morning and I'm saying to myself, I said, you know what? Why am I up? I said, why am I up getting dressed? I start getting dressed, start getting myself together. But I'm sitting, I'm watching news, I'm listening to the news at the same time. So I kept saying, you got paid today. Check your bank. But this is my person in the Jezebel spirit. The Jezebel. Check your card. Da, da, da. Now, let me step back a minute. Now, all this shit went on at the time that I got paid. So, this woman was trying to de-escalate and project anger on me to come after this woman. Because remind you, I didn't say this, but remind you, I went to the office the next day and talked to the supervisor or whatever. And I was cool, but it was like she wanted me to go after that lady. And I'm not that person. Like, I don't know what this woman think, the type of setup she's trying to do in my energy, but girl, you got the wrong one. Ladies, you got the wrong one. I ain't falling for no bullshit. I'm surpassed. Whatever you're trying to do in my energy is not going to benefit you. It's not going to help you. I'm going to get more enlightened, and I'm going to be more observant, And, you know, I'm tapped in. You can't play with me like that. So I figured, you know, by me talking about this, it kind of put me in the mind like this how these people have been doing crimes and setting people up by tapping in their energies and starting chaos and conflict. But moving forward from that, so y'all, I'm like, I got paid around that time. So was they trying to cause a scene to steal my money out of my bank account? Cause how y'all knew I got paid? And this today, y'all. This is today. Okay? I found out this today. So this is the February 26th. I found out today, this morning, that I had got paid. And because they telling me I got paid. And I didn't have no internet service, so I really couldn't check it. So I was like, damn, I hate to call a bank and they looking at my information spiritually, looking at all my information. So y'all, I do this spying on me and looking at all my information. So, and I'm gonna tell you one thing about me, I don't never use my bank card. Like I always go to the bank and get the money out my bank card, off my bank card. You know, I don't never really just use my card or have my bank card, you know, attached to my device or anything like that. Like I don't care to do that. So, excuse me. So it went furthermore to say, I made videos about me having a charm card come in the mail and my mail was open. And it's all coming together. These people working together to try to steal my money. So it's telling me, you know, there's more than what I expect that's owed to me. It's a lot that's owed to me, you know, and whatever's owed to me is coming to me, you know, and I know this for a fact because I don't have much in here. I don't, y'all. I'm really, you know, I'm barely making it, but I'm making it, you know, and I'm surpassed a whole lot of things that these people trying to do, and it's this they just not getting favor. I'm stronger than in that. You know, I'm the type of person, I don't like drama. I don't like conflict. That's why I don't mind being alone. I don't mind being by myself. If anybody feel like somebody's trying to so how would I say this? Isolate you from people, you're isolated yourself because you focus better by yourself. You get shit accomplished better when you alone. You know that about yourself. So these people, whatever they, you know, if you guys are dealing with people in your energy and is trying to bully you or cyber bully you in your energy and setting you up, they're setting themselves up. They're exposing themselves on what they're doing in the energy to cause crimes. And it's coming as a RICO crime. And then I would think like it was a hate crime. But these people are after my money. See, they couldn't steal my money. They couldn't touch my money. My money is protected. They couldn't touch it. So they couldn't touch it. They couldn't steal it. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to bully her out of it. I'm going to attack her out of it. And to tell you guys the truth, I had a dream about this young lady. I had a dream about her maybe like 2 or 3 nights ago. I was laying down sleeping and in a dream I seen her. I was in the store and I had my wallet and I was paying for my items, but I couldn't see her face. And it's like I had my head down looking at my money, but I could see that I had the money in my hand, and she was trying to grab. I said, well, hold on, wait a minute. I said, let me give you the right amount of change. So I'm looking at a dude wallet, but I don't recall touching the wallet. But she's saying, watch what you doing. You taking his money or whatever. And I'm like what? I'm like, not bad or whatever. So for some reason, I didn't let go of my money, but I seen her grab the money and I'm still holding to my money. So, dude, why all of a sudden she pick up a chair and she's coming at me with the chair and the guy that she said I'm taking his money, but I don't see me touching the guy's money. And he's standing in front of me telling her, don't you touch that lady, don't do that, he gonna kill you. So I'm guessing she's talking about my person, but it's all a manipulative mind game. It's all a game to these people to keep sending this person in, because when I got paid today, I'm gonna tell you what this motherfucker gonna tell me. Call him. And he's telling me telepathically, call him. I say, man, I'm done. There ain't no reason for me to call you. What I'm calling you for? Like, I don't think that a person, I honestly believe like this man have done so much to women and other people to the point where he think like, you know, oh, she'll be back. She gonna come back. But I'm gonna tell you something. That man don't help me with my bills. That man don't show me no support. That man don't have a conversation with me, checking in on me. That man don't do shit other than coming here when I call for some loving. And that ain't even loving. That's an emptiness. And when I start waking up to how I felt and how I didn't feel completed, how I still felt like I wasn't, giving enough or receiving enough from him, I start realizing you robbing me. You spiritually robbing me, baby. It's over. It's a wrap. I'm in need, and you can't even put curtains in here. You can't give me a housewarming gift. I can't get a pair of house slippers from the dollar store. Like, when I start realizing that this person was just taking from me spiritually wise and trying to take my sexual energy, come in to take my sexual energy, because that's what was going to happen. We was going to end up making out, and he take my sexual energy back to this person, to the Jezebel. And that one thing about me, I don't play like that. Like, you're not just I don't know what these people are normally used to what they're doing. Now that I'm aware of what this person doing and playing with me, like you can't play with me like that. You can't disrespect me like that, bro. Like, I'm not going for that. It's over. And I got up and I ended up walking to the store. Like, these people are letting me know that they're working together. Finally, this person prevailing the fact that they are a couple that is organized crime, a RICO crime against me. These people could be in the cover of dark witches and musicians and warlocks and shit like that. Like, I am just now like, okay, like, it's about time you suppose this. You prevail that you know what I'm saying, that you with this woman. And that's cool. Like, I'm not a jealous person. I'm not an envy person. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And I'm saying this because I know that person watched my videos. I know he watched my videos, and I know she watched my videos, and that's fine. I don't care. You need to know I know the truth. You need to be comfortable that I am comfortable with it. But you won't be comfortable thinking you're going to benefit out of my energy and bring people that around me in my environments to come up against me and think that it's going to be okay for you. It's not. You never safe in my energy. Y'all know what's up. On God, y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's going on in that ram. You know what I'm doing in that ram. I ain't playing. I'm exposing you and me, baby. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm going to handle you like you try to handle me. But I'm stronger than y'all. See, y'all got to get a book. I'm spiritual. It's in me. It's in me. I'm built for this. Straight up, I'm built for this. You cannot play with me and think that you're going to get away with it. I'm chosen. I was the one to break these curses and hexes off my bloodline. You're not going to come. You did 12 years of intervening. 12 years. That's a cycle of completion. And then you don't want to let it go. And it's like she tried to convince me to talk to that person, to bring that person back in. I'm like, what? Nah. Baby, you wanted that. You can, baby, y'all okay. Y'all have each other, boo. But at the end of the day, I'm saying all this to say, you got to be careful who you involve yourself with. Get the history about people that you deal with, because I didn't know. I took it as somebody being there for me and supporting me with my kids. And a lot of things went on. And when I lost my kids to the state, that's when my person starts flipping on me and could have got involved with these people to come up against me to take more things from me. And they did. And now they're caught. These people are in the investigation. These people are caught doing a whole lot of things. And due to this situation, y'all, like I said, the bank called me, and I have my receipts. I will post the receipts on my page about the bank calling me and about this video of this young lady acting a fool in my home and disrespecting me. They couldn't get me evicted out my home. They couldn't make no false reports on me, because this is how they was getting paid. I'm going to tell you the truth and shame the devil. These people was getting paid by making false reports on me. Every time I call that person, my person tell me to call him, he'll act like, I'm harassing him, or I'm causing conflict with him by calling him and, wanting to deal with him. Like, he made us a problem, and he will record me. But I'm thinking like that's just his phone. Like, he ain't recording me. Like, I'm tripping. I don't need to be flipping out on him like that. Like, that's not what it is. And it was. It was. So I was in doubt, and the truth was right there. He was recording me and sending the information back to authority, I guess, and trying to flip it like, I was doing shit wrong to him. I was doing something to him, and telepathically he would tell me to call him. And I would call him, and he was like, oh, well, you called me first, and this, that, and the third. It was just a lot of, manipulative things going on in the connection just to gain. Honestly, this person was getting a good amount of payment for setting me up and hurting me, because every time this person came around, y'all, every place I ever got and this person came around, I always went to jail. And I ain't talking about a jailhouse. I'm talking about like a mental institution. So it made me feel as though that got down in the system, like I have a mental problem. I have a mental issues until I started putting out my readings and saying, explaining what was going on and what was being exposed, me being exposing them about what they were doing to me. It's like all of a sudden more people are tapping into my readings, more people are listening to my messages, more people are looking at me and like, man, like that was wrong. Like, they're starting to realize like she's not a problem, he's the problem. So this thing is ending. It's a completion. And I tried to walk away in peace, y'all. I didn't choose this route. He chose this route by invading my home and my privacy. And we know cancers, they run the first and second house. But some things you do and you just don't do to people, especially when I'm a single woman. I live alone, so you're making me uncomfortable in my home to push me out of my home because I'm not obeying or doing what you want me to do in the spiritual realm. And I'm not doing any of that. It's over with. So when you stand on business, they start acting and exposing themselves and exposing some truth behind what you already fucking knew about the situation. You were just waiting for confirmation, or you had confirmation and you were just waiting to get an answer from the high most. And y'all, I believe in God. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing tarot. That's why I'm not putting on cards. I don't live my lifestyle like this. These people lifestyle, these people energy and minds that do these cards or into these type of lifestyle, these witchcraft and dark magic. I'm not against it, but I don't like to do it. I don't like to do readings and deal with cards because I read the Bible. I do Bible study every morning, and I know that ain't of God. I was raised in church. I know how my lifestyle was and how it's going back to be once I clear these people out of my way. And seemed to me like everybody that I would deal with, was a part of, they'll bring these people a part of it. So it's like, I try to contact some people that I knew that was on a website that I could benefit from or support me. They will contact these people and, say certain things to put out there and delusions and have these people to come up against me some way. I don't know if they were promising them a part of my money. I don't know if they was promising them to, to pay them off to not deal with me or to talk to me. But it's been plenty of people that I have met, and they have pushed these people away from me spiritually, not spiritually wise, but by explaining and telling them things that probably wasn't even true, and I can care less about. But it's the point, like, I'm putting my story out there, and my story is my testimony, and I'll be damned if I let these people intervene in my testimony. So they making threats about my kids, oh, you better think about your son, think about your child, that's my son's name. And they saying my son name in the realm, like as to say, you're bullying me, you're trying to control me, and I won't be controlled. I'm a free spirit. I'm not a robot. I don't live like these people. These people think that I'm living like them. They're trying to force me to be in their lifestyle and their world to gain off of me, and that don't fit me. Your shoe don't fit on my feet. And that means my lifestyle don't fit in your world. And that's what they're trying to present. So after this, I'm used to the smear campaign. I'm used to the, trolling, the gang stalking, because that's all it's going to do. And it's going to be a backfire. It's going to backfire every time. They're going to fail every time. Their time is getting short. It's over with. It's really over with, and these people just don't understand how to take control over their fucking actions, their fucking feelings, because they were really making money off of me. That's why they really mad. They were making some goddamn money, good money off of me. And now, that I got this person trespassed from my home, he can't come here no more. So by me trespassing him. They know damn well if she trespassing him, she don't want him there. She don't want to deal with them. So whatever business or organized crime that they have built in my energy, off of my energy, my sexual energy, that shit crushing down. They don't know how to act. Especially the comic, the Jezebel, she raiding my energy and projecting it on me. I mean, you should, y'all, if y'all can feel the type of anger that I was feeling when I left the office to go back after that lady, I said, y'all, when you know yourself, baby, stay true to you. Because, baby, I love me some me. I get up every morning, wash my face and brush my teeth and all me down. I love me. I take time with me, baby. That's one thing that some people probably don't always do. And I do. I got that much patience with me. And I love me some me, baby. Can't nobody love me like me. Can't nobody do me like me. Do you understand me? And I say, oh, nah, that ain't me. I return that energy right back. I stop you in your tracks. I return back to you immediately, ninefold. Do you understand me? So, y'all be mindful out here, especially when it comes to anger and, attacks and things. Don't let these people have you out here wilding out because they pouting and mad and upset about some shit that's yours, that belongs to you, that's got your name written all over that blessing, okay? All over that miracle, all over that lifestyle, that beautiful change you about to go through and you about to experience. And it's here. And these people, they lost. They're lost and they don't want to call defeat, and shit is supposed to really start happening. They about to get calmer because once you leave this your person and, you move forward in your life in a situation where you no longer, connecting to this person, you cutting ties, you cutting strings, and whatever this person issued out to you, I'm telling you, it's coming back. It's going back to them. It's coming back to them, and they don't know how to handle it. That's why it's the people, the old folks always used to say, my grandmother used to tell me, she said, be careful what you issue out, because it always come back. It always come back on you. So with that being said, y'all, I'll give you an update about the picture. Post the pictures. I've already uploaded the what is that? I uploaded the video, recent update on the video of them opening my mail and me going to the mail, and I upload another video of I think it's about the bank calling me. I got a call from the bank. So those two videos are already posted. You will probably get this like in the next 45 to 55 minutes or whatever, but you will see it. You will see it. And Tiffany and Tuna Reader, her video is already posted to my page about that message about the bank calling me. So it's really no evidence. It's evidence, but it really ain't no evidence. But and I'm getting to, I was told I should have kept the paper, but I threw the paper in the trash. I didn't even care to get the paper or whatever. So what I did, anything that's going on right now with your mail, and you have the website, the UPS website, where you get alerts about your mail coming in and your mail is open. Make sure y'all take pictures of that, because I took pictures and I sent my picture to the post office about it being open. So if you don't know what else to do that. But I was saying that to say they could have got fingerprints off of that paper, some type of fingerprints off of that document, so just be mindful, y'all. Be safe out here, because people, it's, Friday's tomorrow and people acting a little crazy, people prevailing themselves right now, and people, they desperate, they desperate. So, move forward, but pace your stuff while you move forward. It's very important, especially us chosen ones. We've been through a lot. We have struggled a whole lot, and we have been dealt a great hand of life. And a lot of things that normally will affect us or hurt us, it does not hurt us. And the things that, and I noticed too, the things that we should be excited about really don't excite us no more. Like, I had to sit back. I'm like, damn, I got paid. And I wasn't even excited, but all of a sudden I just started getting like a little drilling rush, and I'm just like, this ain't my energy. Like, I'm not happy like that. Like, money don't make me happy. Money rules all evil. I got respect for money. I like it. Because I can pay bills. I can do things with it. But I'm not big on money like that. All this time these people been hearing me for blessings, my money and shit, to the point where I ain't gonna say I got used to struggling, but I got used to knowing how to make it through. And then God's like, okay, you won't keep just making it through. You gonna make it all the way through, and you gonna have something to show for what you made it through of. So y'all be blessed.